Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. My friends at Banggood recently sent me this Sanrenmu 3135 K1 folding knife. Okay, so what do we have here exactly then? Well, it's a little multi-tool knife. We have a blade and a bottle opener and screwdriver as well. There's a little blade, and on the other side we have the bottle opener and screwdriver. As you'll probably recognise these two tools from the little Sanrenmu 3100 SE that I reviewed the other month. As I say, it's got exactly the same tools but in a very different form factor. Taking a close look at this one, you can see it's got an interesting covering on it, almost carbon fibre but not quite. Something similar but not quite the same, a little bit more interesting possibly. And we have the little spinny bit in the middle there. So we have a blade just here, interesting little blade there. There are no markings on the blade at all. It's got this interesting little round shape at the top here. What feels like quite a sharp grind on it. It's exactly the same thing the other side, flat grind just here. It is a slip joint as well, and there's no locking involved in this at all. So it should be UK friendly carry. And we have a bottle opener and a little screwdriver at the other end, just exactly the same as on the 3100. Also we have two little brass ferrules here. They go together, holding it all together there. And we have some Torx screw construction going on too, guys. Should one wish to, you can get paracord, 550 paracord through the little brass ferrules there if you want to put a lanyard on this thing, although you won't be able to spin it particularly very well. Taking a look at a few dimensions that I've measured myself, the closed length as you see it here is 72mm. Both blades measure in at 22.5mm and both are 1.8mm thick. How much does it weigh? An ounce and an eighth, or when it settles down, 31 grams. I wonder if it weighs any less when it's spinning around. Let's have a look. Nope. Okay, so what's the handling like on this funny shaped little thing then? Let's get the blade out. There we go. Interestingly, once the blade is out, we do actually have a little choil here, so you can get your finger in there. So holding the thing to cut with, like so, it's not too bad at all. It's quite comfortable to hold actually. And I can get 1, 2, 3 fingers on it almost, as you can see there. Not bad at all. It does actually say on the Banggood website that you can spin this thing with the tools open on it, but do you know, I don't think I'm going to bother, not holding it anyway. What about reverse? No. Can you reverse grip it? Would you want to reverse grip it? Probably not actually, guys. I wonder what it's like as a screwdriver. I'll have to get it down into the workshop and give it a go. The blade feels relatively sharp and I quite like the style of it. It's a nice little round bit going on here and a little hole in the blade there to get hold of it with. If you're interested in the spin time, I can pop it down here and you can have a look, see what it's doing while we're talking about it. This one is constructed from not carbon fibre, G10 scales on it, with this very nice overlay going on here too, guys. Quite nice that. You can also get it in stainless steel finish, which will make it a little bit heavier than this one, but it'll probably be a little bit stronger when you want to use it. But overall, it's a typical Sanrenmu product, to be honest with you guys. Good quality. It's got some nice bearings in there. The blades fold out and snap into place very nicely indeed. As I say, they are slip joints, so you'll be able to carry it quite legally in this country, I would have thought. Although, having said that, it is disguised as something else, so that might make it a little bit iffy. You know what it's like here in the UK, a little bit paranoid when it comes to blades, knives and other weapons. But this is not a weapon. This is not a weapon, okay? Not a weapon. Yeah, I'll tell you what we ought to do then. See what this blade's like with Bob the Bitzer bag. Welcome back, Bob the Bitzer bag. We've got some paper, cardboard, string, cables, all sorts of stuff to try in here, guys. So yeah, it doesn't feel too bad. Let's give the paper a shot first, see what it's like. Clipping a corner off of here. Well, that's not too bad at all. That's quite nice. So this one's been relatively well sharpened then. Yeah. Quite pleased with that one then. Chuck that over there. Fairly thick cardboard. Let's give it a go. It's only a little blade. It's got a little bit of a sharpening tool we've got to watch out for on here. It handles cardboard relatively easily. Not bad at all then. Right, in 3 strands of cheapo rope here, because you're not going to get the blade through anything thicker, I don't think. Get it in there. Oh yeah, did that very nicely. Speaker style cable, we all know what that is. And through there very nicely. 32020, try that. This is copper, 32 strands of 0.02mm copper in here. Oh wow, got through that very easily. What about mule the tapeworm? Some mule tape here. Try that, because this is funny stuff to cut. I mean, as you can see, it's almost the length of the blade in width. So we might have to take 2 or 3 chops at this. I believe that's how many, about 3 times it took with the 3100. 1, 2, have we got it? No, so it's going to be 3 cuts to get through that. But it did it. I have some fairly hefty zip tie here. Give that a go. It's pretty heavy duty stuff, this one. Don't hold much hopes for it, but we'll give it a go. It's made a bit of a cut in it. Oh, there we go. 2 cuts. Well, that's quite surprising. Right then. Let's see what we can do on the corner of the chopping block, shall we, guys? Cheapo rope first. Yeah, it's cut through that very nicely. Look at that. Just draw it through there. Speaker style cable. There you go. On the floor it goes. It's actually digging into my hand a little bit just here. My little finger there, my finger. But other than that, you can use it. Let's get some of the heavy duty cable in here. There we go. As you can see, it's chopping through that with ease. Not too bad at all. Let's try some mule tape here. Draw it through that. Oh, if I can keep hold of it. If I could have kept hold of it, I think we'd have done a better job. It's just awkward. Yeah, we got it in the end. Well, I've managed to find a little bit of pipe. I think that's all I've got left, to be honest with you guys. So let's give it a go. Yep. Squashing it a little bit. Not much pinging going on, just a little bit of pinging there. But yeah, it cuts through pipe quite nicely. Now obviously this little tiny knife is only for very lightweight jobs. You're not going to get a great deal done with it, I don't think, you know, nothing too heavy duty, but for slicing string, getting into packages, etc., not a bad little piece of kit at all really. It's quite a sharp little blade. Okay, so what about the little screwdriver on the end of the bottle opener here then? Is that going to be up to much? Not really. I think you're just going to be using it for little jobs like this. It'll get little screws out from little areas. You're not going to be putting screws into wood with it. I did have a go at putting screws into wood with the 3100 Sanrenmu, but with very limited success. Actually, it was quite hard work. But as you can see, it's actually bringing out this screw fairly decently. There we go. Let's got that one out. There we are. Got him out all the way. So we can get it back in again. A little bit fiddly. But there we go, tightened back in again. Okay then, so let's hand the 3135 over to Mrs. Rathbone and see how she gets on with the bottle opener.
This bottle opener is a Sanrenmu 3135 from Banggood. It's one of them, what do they call them, spinny things?
Fidget spinner, yeah.
One of them things. And it's got a little knife at one end. It's quite easy to get out. And there's your bottle, obviously your bottle opener at that end. And it's slightly holographic.
It's a nice finish.
Yeah, so it works or not. Oh wow.
That was easy.
Yeah, that was really extremely easy. Oh, that's really, yeah. I'm well impressed with that one.
You like that one, dear?
Yeah, well impressed.
Thank you very much, Mrs. Rathbone. She certainly found that easy to use, didn't she? I think the little 3100 she struggled a little bit because it's got an unusual shape to it. As you can see, it's got this sort of round shape to it, so it makes it difficult to hold whilst you're opening bottles. This is more of your standard sort of handle shape on a bottle opener. You've not really got a lot to get hold of with this one. But yeah, she found that very easy. Okay then, let's thank Banggood once again for sending in this Sanrenmu, what is it, 3135 here, and they also very kindly sent me this 3100 as well, so thank you very much to Banggood for that. Yeah, quite an interesting little pocket knife really, isn't it? I know you can spin it around, so it's got an extra dimension to it. It's quite nice and light, it's small enough to carry around in your pocket. You've got a few useful tools on here. You've got a bottle opener, screwdriver, and we have quite a sharpish little blade on here as well. And as I say, I quite like the idea of the finger choil here. Your two fingers can fit in here as well if you want to hold it like that. But yeah, it's quite a nice little comfortable tool to use. The only problem I found with it was cutting like this, because it dug into my finger just there. But other than that, quite a nice little knife really, nice little handy lightweight pocket knife. Okay then guys, let me know if you still think that fidget spinners are still a thing to have these days. This is quite a newish knife from Sanrenmu. I've seen it about for a little while now. So companies are still turning out fidget spinners, whether you like them or whether you don't like them. As I say, it is quite a nice little handy pocket knife, regardless of the fact that it's a fidget spinner as well. So you know, make your own mind up really guys. But yes, Mrs. Rathbone and I both found it quite comfortable to use. She found it very easy to open bottle with, as you saw. Alright then guys, well I hope you enjoyed the review. If you've got any questions or comments, please leave them down below. I try to get back to questions. Sometimes I miss a few because I can be rather busy at work. But yes, if you've got any questions or comments, please leave them below. I'll try to read every single one of them anyway. Okay then guys, don't forget you can catch me on Instagram as well. I am down there on Instagram. You can see a lot more of Mrs. Rathbone down there as well. And yeah, okay, well I hope you enjoyed the review. I hope you'll pop back again in the near future. Thank you very much to Banggood for sending these two in. And basically I will catch you laters. Oh,